Hello everyone, my name is Rama Anggita, and now we are going to discuss about engage with our audience in a more meaningful way. Courage is not absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. When we connect with others, we form a bond that goes beyond mere words. We build trust, we create empathy, and we inspire each other to be our best self. And yet, in today's world of instant communication, it's easy to get caught up in the habit of simply speaking at others, rather than truly connecting with them. But I believe by focusing on connection rather than just communication, we can make a real differences. We can inspire others to take action, to change their mind, and to make a positive impact to other people. As we begin to craft our message, we need to think about who is in front of us. What are their age, ethnic, religious, and gender identities? How do these identities shape their experience, values, and beliefs? By taking the time to analyze this factor, we can tailor our message to resonate our message to a more meaningful way. The first one is age. Analyzing the audience based on age is important because you have to send a message to their life experience and interest. And sometimes a different group of age has a different perspective and preference, so adapting your content and language appropriately can make the speech more relate with the audience. For example, when speaking to a younger audience, we may want to use language and imagery that is more relatable and relevant to their life. We may want to use social media examples or references to popular culture to help them connect with our message. On the other hand, when speaking to an older audience, we may want to use more traditional language and examples that are more familiar to them. The second is ethnic. When speaking to an audience from diverse ethnic background, we need to be mindful of cultural differences and nuances, of course. We may need to adjust our language, tone, and pace to better communicate with individuals who have different cultural norms and values. For instance, in some cultures, direct eye contact is seen as a sign of disrespect, while in others a sign of respect. By being sensitive to these cultural differences, we can build trust and credibility with our audience. For example, maybe when we're teaching in a class that has a cultural diversity among all the students, we cannot use some kind of jokes or term for one cultural point of view that may cause confusion to other students from different cultural because they cannot relate themselves with it. The third is religion. When speaking to an audience from diverse religious backgrounds, we need to be respectful of their belief and avoid making assumptions or generalization. We may want to use inclusive language that acknowledge the diversity of religious belief and practice. And this is very important, especially in a country like Indonesia, where almost everything could be related to the religion. There's an article about people arguing about food named klepon, whether is it halal or not. Like, come on, is this a food? But people still argue about it because someone says klepon is not Islamic. The last one is gender. When we're speaking to an audience from diverse gender backgrounds, we need to be mindful of the language and imagery we use. We may want to avoid gender stereotypes or binary language that doesn't accurately reflect the diversity of gender identities. This is quite the opposite of religion because gender is not a crucial thing in Eastern countries. If you ask them how many genders are there, the answer will be the same. There are two genders, right? But this is very crucial in Western countries because there are uncounted lists of genders. As you can see right here, the example, yeah. And if I say I identify myself as a male, they will not accept it. But if I say that I identify myself as a gender fluid half dragonkin, they will hug me. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just about speaking, but also about listening. By listening to your audience, you can learn from their experience, validate their perspective, and build trust and credibility. So, the next time you step onto the stage or sit down at your desk to write a report, remember that your audience is not just a group of individuals, they are a diverse group of people with unique experience, perspective, and background. Take the time to understand them, and they will be more likely to listen to you. Okay everyone, thank you for your attention, and I hope that you will join me in making a commitment to engage with our audience in more meaningful way. Thank you.